Now that we've been able to create migration, let's see how we can also make use of migration. Like I said earlier, when you are deploying your application to your clients, you do not necessarily need to export your database separately before you can hand over the client's application. So what we want to do now is we want to make use of the migration that we generated earlier. So as it is, we have three migration here. We have for queue, we have two queue here. Let me delete this one that we have over here. So we only have migration for post and queue. Also, to be sure that this migration is actually working, let's go back to our database and I will rename this table, both of them. I'll rename this to post 1 and also go back to queue and rename this to Q1. So as it is, we do not have post and queue table. So let's go back to our application. All we need to do in this case is for us to just hit php migrate. You don't need to put migration, just migrate to do the job. It says apply the above migration, then we say yes. It has been successfully done. So let's go back to our database and check the migration. We only have for queue. Let's try to run it again. It is not finding the post. Better still, let's delete both of them. And let's also delete this. So let's run php yii migration create all. Now we have two migration created over here. Remember, the migration that we have over here is for post 1 and Q1. But in this case, we need to make all these changes by ourselves. Or better still, let me rename this back to the original content. So as it is, we do not have post 1 and Q1. So let's go back to our migration and hit php yii migrate. So if you notice over here, it says total migration is 2, which is for post 1 and Q1. So I'll put in yes, and I will refresh the database. So we now have post, and we have post 1, and we also have Q1. So this is how you take advantage of migration during your development.